Greetings, fans of the Alien franchise, and welcome inside the fan base. My name is Bryant Dillon, and I want to wish you a happy Alien Day 2025 from all of us here at the fan base. Now, April 26th marks the annual celebration of the Alien franchise, and Fanbase Press and its staff and contributors are always proud to annually honor the films that were set on or within the orbit of LV-426 by offering brand new editorials, interviews, and just general content to provide insight and analysis while also exploring different corners of the franchise each year. This year, we wanted to try something new. So we came up with the idea of a video art gallery featuring alien-inspired artwork from amazingly talented individuals that we know in both the professional and independent comic book communities. Without further delay, let's see these amazing curated art pieces from some talented individuals who are helping us celebrate the perfect organism. First up, we have this amazing piece from artist Don Aguillo. Horror is Don's favorite genre of storytelling. Don has been intrigued by the Alien series and its reputation as a predecessor and major inspiration for Buffy and heroines of pop culture, as well as the controversy surrounding fan opinions over the best and worst of the franchise. Now, Don currently is working on a horror anthology, an amalgam of Philippine myth and urban legend with the immigrant experience, in addition to his regular cover artist work for Image and DC Comics, contributions to Marvel Snap, and other independent projects. You can find Don and his work at Art of Don Aguillo on Facebook, Instagram, and Blue Sky. Next up, John and Matt Yuan's depiction of the true hero of the Alien franchise, Jonesy the cat. The Yuans argue that Jonesy was Newt before Newt was even born, and just as self-sufficient. The Yuans really appreciate that the Alien franchise was a franchise that skipped from one genre to another. The Ridley Scott original was not satisfied with being a horror movie or a sci-fi movie, and so it decided to be both. And then the franchise took it even further when it morphed into an action movie for James Cameron's sequel. The Yuans work with First Comics as both deputy publishers and creators. In addition to keeping things running smoothly, they write and draw the comic books Lovetown, Serving Soups, and Inspector O. You can find John and Matt Yuan and their work by searching for Yuan Twins on Facebook, Instagram, Blue Sky, and that dumpster fire formerly known as Twitter. Our next two pieces come from artist David Flores. The first is an interpretive pop-style illustration inspired by the original Alien. Of the franchise, the original flick is one of David's all-time favorite films. David finds the Xenomorph design both terrifying and beautiful, almost sharing an appreciation for them like the Nostromo science officer Ash. This second piece by David depicts Alien director Ridley Scott with a little buddy to keep him company. David is currently working on a couple of graphic novels and freelance illustration projects. You can find David and his work at www.sickmonkey.com, on Facebook as Sick Monkey, and Instagram at Sick Monkey. This multimedia diptych by artist Nathaniel Osollo is from an art show curated by Ink and Draw Long Beach scallywag Mike Castro. He tasked the Ink and Draw crew with creating mock blank variant cover designs. Nathaniel's piece was actually pulled from a currently unreleased monster project with the group, but here it's repurposed given the Alien Day celebration. It also gave Nathaniel the chance to paint two of his favorite monsters with some high-energy colors. The Alien franchise is obviously fascinating visually, but Nathaniel also finds that the themes of blue-collar workers and soulless corporations make the stories crushingly relatable. For the past few years, Nathaniel has been working closely with the Ink and Draw Long Beach Art Collective. Nathaniel says it's a rowdy bunch of ne'er-do-wells and wants everyone to know they're launching their next Kickstarter campaign in May of this year. They hope anyone viewing this can support or share their campaign and help bring their project, Sewer Boys 2, to life. You can find Nathaniel and his work on Instagram and Blue Sky at Eyedraugh. That's spelled Eyedraugh. Artist Livio Ramondelli wanted to do a piece that highlighted what might be some unfortunate person's last sight before becoming a xenomorph victim. Livio was intrigued by the idea that the victim might both feel a sense of sheer dread, along with a macabre fascination at what is hanging before them. Livio loves the Alien franchise because it's a wonderful mix of a horror world he'd never want to actually live in, but always wants to visit. It's a franchise that never had a set plan, and that has allowed a lot of really fantastic people to come in and add their own talents to it. Livio also adds that he is always endlessly learning from the stellar design work in Alien, Aliens, Alien 3, and Prometheus, which are Livio's favorites in the series. Livio is currently working on a new sci-fi World War II series called The Rupert Wars. You can find Livio and his work on Instagram and X as Livio Ramondelli, or visit his website at livioramondelli.com. Our next piece features some video game inspiration and comes from artist Raf Salazar. Raf has always loved side-scrolling beat-em-ups and Alien vs. Predator, so it made sense to do a piece on Lin Kurosawa from the classic arcade game. Raf mentioned that he thinks Ripley is a top-tier badass, but Lin definitely deserves some love too. When it comes to the Alien franchise, all the sci-fi elements from the production design to the whole concept were always so cool to Raf. But it's the aliens themselves and all that body horror that's, quote, scared the shit out of me. Raf says it was always an endurance match with himself to keep from looking away. If that doesn't sound like a good time, then he doesn't know what is. Raf is currently working on the graphic novel TCNY Universe Presents The Realest Bayan and doing illustration for Cool Art's latest project, Burden of Proof. Check out their socials for updates on those projects, especially when they drop. As for Raf specifically, you can find him and his work on Instagram at Raf Salazar. Last but not least is my contribution to this year's Alien Day, my depiction of Nostromo engineer Tech Brett and his iconic cinematic fate. It's one of the creepiest moments in the entire franchise, and how could I resist creating my own version of it? Now for me, the most intriguing thing about the Alien franchise is its namesake. No movie monster has come close to the Xenomorph's legendary status, and there is something distinctly primal about being trapped in a dark enclosed space with a life form you cannot understand or recognize in any way. If you want to find me and my work, you can look for me on Blue Sky and Instagram at Comic Book Sniffer. Happy Alien Day, everyone, and thank you to all the wonderfully talented artists that contributed to this video art gallery. Now, as a reminder, you can find more of Fanbase Press's Alien Day 2025 content by going to fanbasepress.com or use our hashtag. That's hashtag Xenos in the Fanbase. You find all our content that way. We've also got a playlist here on YouTube devoted to our Fanbase Press Alien videos and interviews, so definitely check that out as well. Once again, this has been Bryant Dillon for Fanbase Press, where we celebrate fandoms and create new ones. Stay frosty, my friends.